Washington Commanders. It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. Taken from about the 12. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Jackson, first play, going to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing that so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their 38. Let's go. Now Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Wentz's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea.
Touchdown! Carson Wentz able to find Terry McLaurin. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Still 9 remaining on second down. To throw is Jackson. A slant route caught by Bateman. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Down to about the 32.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Jackson on first down. To Dobbins, and he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Sly on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Jackson now. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay from 19 yards away. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Wentz's throw complete to Dotson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Wentz to throw again. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were heading for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Wentz now on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 14 more yards. 82. Now Wentz again. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Now Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Wentz to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. One final try now for Wentz. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Marcus Williams. There he goes left side. 30. 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.